Guys, welcome to Fish Hook. I'm Charles. Hey, I've got a really cool recipe we're going to cook tonight. It's one I thought about this last week and I tried it out and man, there were no leftovers. As an Italian, we love macaroni, pasta, call it what you want. Well, I like the thicker ones and I like fettuccine, linguine, and the list goes on. Well, tonight we're going to have fettuccine, but not just any plain fettuccine. Nothing plain with gravy or common dishes. As you can see here, I've got fresh scallop, sea scallop. Look at the size of that. Aren't they beautiful? Look at these, they're just so large. Those are sea scallops. Big difference from bay scallops when they're small like little marshmallows. And then we got some nice large shrimp. I went through the procedure to cut the tails off. I normally leave them on, but for this dish I cut them off. And here we have a couple of sweet Vidalia onions, which I love. They're just so tasty. I've seasoned them. They've got oil on them. I'm going to add a little bit more in the pan. And we're going to saute this until right before they caramelize. Then we're going to add this delicious ingredient to it because these will overcook and reduce really quick. So once we do that, we'll have the water boiling, have some fettuccine al dente. That's how we like it here. In this house, this is how we roll. And we are going to have one delicious dinner. Easy to make. I don't think it took me more than 30 minutes to chop up. I have the equivalent of about two and a half Vidalia onions. They are like no other onions. They're sweet and they're delicious. They're from Georgia and they're out of this world. So I'm going to bring you in a little closer. We're going to prep everything and we're going to chow down. Okay, we are ready. Here's our mixture. The pan is hot. I've lowered the flame all the way down. We're going to let these cook for a little bit, and right before they caramelize, we'll add our delicious ingredients. I've got the water boiling here. What I bought, I was able to get at Kroger's organic fettuccine, and this organics is so tasty. Now, what I do when I boil macaroni, everybody does it differently. She's boiling. I add, once it boils, then I add my salt to it. I'm gonna let that come to a boil. It'll take a couple of minutes to cook all this. These onions, I know it looks like, oh my goodness, how much onion he has. Not really. These really do reduce, and I went a little extra on the onion because I love the taste of onions, especially Vidalias. I put a little bit more than what the recipe calls for. That's okay. Yeah, they're coming along real nice. Now for my seasonings with the onion, I didn't tell you guys that yet. As you can see the little black specks, I like black pepper in all my stuff. So I put a good dose of black pepper. I've got a ton of garlic powder or granulated garlic. I have onion powder and a nice amount of salt. You'd be surprised how well it seasons the dish. You think it's going to taste salty, but it's really absorbed. It just gives such beautiful flavor. Yeah, these are coming along real good. We're going to let them continue to cook down. Yeah, I just like to keep stirring it. Nothing's sticking. If it was a really super hot flame, nah, it would stick, but this is good. But like I said, if you guys don't want any splash, I know some of it's sprayed over, but it cleans up real easy on the stainless. A lot of times I also put a cover on it just to speed up the process, but I've got my fan going good, and they got a little bit more to go, and then it'll go really fast once we add the fish in here, the scallops and the shrimp. You could do it just with scallops, you could do it just with shrimp, but man, it's a great marriage. The two go together real well, and they both cook really quick, so you'll get a nice even consistency in the cooked fish. And this is coming along just right. I'm going to lower this down a little bit because I want to throw the macaroni in last. I'll just let it simmer a little bit. It won't take nothing to bring it back up to a boil. And I want to take these out, the macaroni out, nice and hard. I probably like al dente with a capital A, a little bit more than most people, most Italians. Some like it a little bit less chewy. I like it a little bit more chewy. I think it just adds something to the dish. But you don't have to be Italian to do this. There we go. We'll put a little bit of oil in here. The stainless, this is really good heritage stainless cookware. I've talked about this before. They're made here local in Tennessee. Fabulous cookware. Handles stay nice and cool. This could be on high heat, red hot, and the handle is beautiful. Unlike some of my other cookware, the Cuisinart and stuff, the handle is red hot. I have to use gloves on that. Yeah, these are good. It cleans right up. Okay, I believe the onions are just now getting the way I like them. We're going to add the shrimp in now and get them going, and the scallops. We're going to let these just sit here and cook a little bit and get all this goodness in them. And we'll throw our macaroni in now. I don't think I'm going to throw a full pound in. Maybe about a little bit more than half. Let me see. There we go. Yep. Although I could eat more, I gotta watch it. Work them down in there real carefully. And I've got the flame on high. And the water will resume boiling here in just a little bit. So we'll let these soak and get soft for a little bit. And we'll add oil in here in just a short. The shrimps will turn pink and you'll know they're cooked. They've all been deveined. They're all clean. I don't want to bore you with all those steps, but that is part of it. You've got to clean the shrimp. All right, we'll put a little bit of oil in here. Trust me, you need that. There's so much starch in the macaroni, they just clump together when you have long macaroni. In fact, there's more than enough here for a pound of macaroni if I wanted to. See how pink they get, the shrimp? Yeah, they just got to go a little bit more. It doesn't take long. Between sitting in the hot onions and then touching the bottom, and I move the macaroni a lot around also just to prevent it from sticking and clumping. They do have a habit of doing that. The macaroni is ready. I've tasted one. Now the secret to the macaroni, if you want, depending how hard you want it, you've got to take it out of the water. The water cooks it. So I'm going to drain this real quick and bring it right back to the now, like I was telling you, you see how nice the macaroni is? It's not sticking together. That's what you want. And it cannot further overcook once you take the water out of it. So we're going to plate this up and we're going to enjoy this masterpiece. All right, guys, check it out. You see how the onions reduced? I did 2.5 onions here. Oh yeah, smells delicious. And then the macaroni, see what I mean? It's just nice. So we're gonna plate up a dish. Just spread it around like that, and then we'll put a little bit of this mixture right in the center. Boy, these scallops truly reduced. All right, let's just mix it all together. Now, you can add salt to it if you need it, taste it if you do, put a pinch on, don't overdo it. There's already salt in the water quite a bit. And everything has been salted very generously, so you have nice, nice seasoning. All right, guys, the moment of truth has come. Just look. Is this not delicious? It's al dente. Some people like it soft. I feel sorry for you, that's all I can say. We'll have a nice scallop. That's how we do it. And if you never knew how to eat long macaroni, this is what you do to have etiquette. Just put your spoon sideways or go alongside. If you're in a bowl or something, you can catch it, use it as a spoon and roll it up. I don't have to add any salt to it. It's cooked perfectly, to my liking. You guys have to modify it, You can add peppers to this. There's so many nice things you can add to this. I was raised up with some really unbelievably delicious dishes. And this one, To be honest with you, I don't remember having this growing up. I just thought about this some weeks ago, and I told my daughter, I said, what do you think of this? It sounds good. Anything sauteed with onions, listen, makes steak come alive, chicken come alive. Sauteed with onions as a base, with sausage and peppers and onions. You guys know what that tastes like. This is excellent. And if you can see, nice and white, still have a good body, the shrimp. They've not been destroyed. And see, the problem is, if you get excited and you put your shrimp in or your scallops, a lot of these types of seafood, man, they reduce. So if you start out with a nice big shrimp like this, by the time you get it, they're little midgets. And they dried up, they tighten up, and the flesh gets very dense. Here it's right. It's just right. That's all, for lack of a better term, it's just right. I know some of you folks are watching saying, who is this guy talking about this? Well, we're Fish Hook here. We do everything from fishing, hunting, and the outdoors. And we do tons of seafood cooking, and then there'll be, once a hunting season, we get some deer or maybe some elk or whatever else we're hunting. We're going to introduce that into the cooking realm as well, part of the circuit. But we do a little bit of everything. There's probably different subjects. Every now and then I'll be interjecting new subjects we'll be talking about, and everything seems to come down to this. It's always around a plate of food, good food. And it doesn't have to be extravagant. This wasn't an expensive meal. The scallops were 10 bucks. A package of 12 ounces. And these were fresh, caught off the boat. So it was good. It was a good price. The shrimp were under 10 bucks as well. So this meal right now can feed 2 people. If I did a pound, I really could feed me. I could eat the whole thing, but I don't make a pig out of myself. But if you put a pound in there, you could feed 4 people, and I would probably add another onion or 2 and really make it a full dish. The onions give it tremendous flavor. And then scallops, very few things compare to scallops, and especially good shrimp. So guys, if you're new, above my head, I don't know if it'll be on the left or the right, there'll be a subscribe button. I would love for you guys to smash it. Send me your comments and questions. You folks have been doing a great job of giving me all kinds of comments, and I like responding to them. Everybody has different cooking styles, so don't ever take what I do as this is the only way to do it. Absolutely not. That's the beauty of cooking. That's the fun. You come into the kitchen, you create. My mom never went by a recipe. Never. She was natural born, honestly, out of the womb, right into the kitchen, and she was fabulous. My wife is fabulous at this. No cooking school, nothing. But you pick up things in life. You'd be surprised as you grow up. You pick up, we're like sponges. We really soak in a lot of good stuff all around us. So hopefully the good is showing up here. Hopefully you guys like this. If you need to modify it or you can take it up a notch, definitely show me the recipe. Send me it. I would love to incorporate it, and I'll try out your recipes. You folks have tried mine, and I appreciate so many good compliments. Thank you. Thank you very much. I enjoy what I'm doing. This is fun. And I look forward to seeing you guys on the very next one. Until then, have a great week and God bless.